Guys, what's going on? Guys, I want to talk about a topic. Now, Bob Arum, being Bob Arum's, come out and said, Kell Brook won't quit like a chicken, like Amir Khan did against Terence Crawford. Obviously, we know that Bob Arum's now going to do his best trying to promote the Crawford-Brook fight, just like he did with the Crawford-Khan fight. Oh, Khan's a great fighter. Khan's this, Khan's that, Khan's this. But obviously, the fight's over, and then he goes back to his normal self, and the same will probably happen. Let's not forget, a couple of months ago, Bob Arum was asked about Kell Brook Crawford, and he said Kell Brook's nothing. He goes, Kell Brook's no fight for Crawford. And then now all of a sudden that fight might get made. Bob Arum's bigging it up. But what I want to talk about in this video is about quitting. About how people accuse fighters of quitting. And you know what? I remember when Kell Brook quit against Errol Spence. At that time, I remember my brothers were sitting there and they said, oh, this guy quit, this, that. And I never ever gave Kell Brook any slack for it, because I think fighters are very tough people. They go in the ring and they're warriors, and Kell Brook hadn't shown me anything prior to that which suggested he was a quitter. And even in the Golovkin fight, if you look at Kell's body language, even though he was about to get wiped out and his corner did the right thing in throwing in the towel, you could clearly see that he was peed off, and you could tell from his body language, right? But fighters can only do that so many times. If you look at Amir Khan's career, listen, any boxing fan that knows a little bit about boxing knows that Amir Khan's no quitter. You could tell, if he wanted to quit, he would have quit in the Madonna fight. He would have quit in the Lamont Peterson fight. He would have quit in the Julio Diaz fight. He would have, there's many times where Amir Khan's been knocked down. If there's any fighter that could have quit, it's Amir Khan, because he went down so many times, but he never. In the Danny Garcia fight, I'll tell you one thing. Amir Khan got hit with a low blow worse than he got hit with a low blow against Crawford, right in the nuts, literally. And the referee asked him if he wanted 5 minutes. He just carried on fighting. He got knocked down in that fight, and the referee stopped the fight, and Amir Khan was arguing with the ref. And you know why people didn't give Amir Khan slack for that knockout? Because you could tell from his body language, right, that he wanted to continue fighting, that he wanted a fight, and he was so distraught, because people can see it. I can see when I know somebody's distraught. That in the Crawford fight, Amir Khan didn't say he was done. You could tell from his body language that he wouldn't want any more. That's why people started accusing him of being a quitter. Not because, otherwise they could have said that before, but they couldn't, because Amir Khan showed throughout his career that he isn't no quitter. And he isn't. That's why I say I don't call Kell Brook a quitter. I don't call Amir Khan a quitter. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter what injury you're suffering, right? I remember when Kell Brook got knocked out to Errol Spence, Tony Bellew was seasoned with Kell Brook. He said, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Because if Tony Bellew was in Kell Brook's situation, he would have preferred, I know Tony Bellew would have got ironed out, and he wouldn't have said what Kell Brook said. I've had enough, because that's what Kell Brook said. Kell Brook quit against Errol Spence, but if Tony Bellew was in his situation, he wouldn't do that, because Bellew's is made out of different stuff. He's crazy. He's probably not. He'll go beyond the Call of Duty. That's just the way Tony Bellew's formed, right? And he's shown that throughout his career. He's just a bit of a crazy character like that. That's not a good thing, by the way, because fighters can get damaged. Now, I just think that fighters can only go to the well so many times. And I felt like Amir Khan just had nothing left. He was past his best when he fought Crawford. None of you guys like to mention that. He's not the fighter he was. So when you're getting outclassed, you're getting completely outclassed, and your legs are not there. You're not as fast as you were. You're getting beat up, and you're old. Your body feels like it's old. Your body makes you do things, or your mind makes you do things that you wouldn't do when you were young and fresh, right? Being a quitter is something that Amir Khan no one could have even dreamed of calling him that in his prime, because he was far from that. But like I said, when you get old and when you don't have it anymore, your mind makes you do some crazy things. And I think it's a bit harsh to call any fighter, because no fighter wouldn't go in a ring if they're a quitter. They just wouldn't, And same with Kell Brook, same with Amir Khan. So I think this quit talk is, even people criticize Joshua of being a quitter. And here's why people accuse Joshua. Even though Joshua's no quitter, because Joshua, if he was a quitter, why did he get up 4 times from being knocked down to Ruiz? Because the body language is what people read when they call you a quitter. Anthony Joshua's body language, it looked like that he didn't want to be there. That's why people said he quit. Now, his friends and family and supporters would say no, but the fans were harsh. The fans, boxing fans, are just harsh, and they were like, he quit. I don't believe Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua didn't quit. He's not a quitter. But fans are very harsh. When they're paying pay-per-view money, they want to see a fighter get knocked out clean, and that's what it is. But at the end of the day, some fighters just don't. They can't go to the well anymore. I think with the Joshua situation, something wasn't right, and he just didn't seem right. With Khan and Brook, I just felt like Brook had a hard fight with Golovkin. He just didn't have it left to go to the well again, and Khan just had too many tough fights, and he didn't have it to go to the. He didn't have enough left to go to the well for one more time. Because let's not forget, Amir Khan has been knocked out 3 times before. 3 or 4. No, sorry, he's been knocked out three times before the Crawford fight. So you just don't have. You just don't have it anymore. When you're young, you don't mind being knocked out. When you get older, you kind of, I don't want to be put back in that place again. And I felt like that's what it was. And the same with the Brook situation. Brook didn't want to go out cold against Spence, which he would have done if he carried on. And so he decided to opt out, you know, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And I don't think we should give them stick, because they go in there, they put their lives on the line for our entertainment. So that's my take on it. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts, and guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next video.